Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen. Today we're going to do a reading for Libra. And the first two cards we have out from the Tattoo Tarot are the Magician and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So, general vibe here is, especially with this Magician card that's represented by kind of a forceful hand, this feels to me like somebody that was a little bit unwilling to accept the true situation or the reality of the situation and wanted to take quick action without a plan towards their desired outcome. I don't think it's going quite well for them, Libra. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. We're going to continue with the Marigold Tarot. I don't know why it seems like a, kind of skeleton vibe right now. We have the Two of Rings or the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. This feels like a breakup, even though that's normally the Two of Cups in the reverse. This Two of Pentacles is actually quite romantic to me with the hands folded like that and the fact that we also have rings. So if this wasn't a romantic breakup, this is a really close friendship or family relationship. This is a betrayal from someone that you expected to be on your side. So we have the Moon. This feels like secrets coming out, somebody not wanting you to realize what their true intentions were towards you or their motivations. And that information seems to be difficult for them to hide. Ooh. All right, we have the Star in the reverse and the Three of Rings. There's a connection that may have been impacted by a third party, but I see this as relatively innocent. Maybe there was never actually anything physical or anything spoken between the outsider and the person who was in this connection. Maybe there was a set of best friends that started hanging out quite frequently with somebody else and it didn't really go over well with one of the partners. Maybe it's like that movie, what was it? Marley and Me? No. I can't remember. There was a movie where I think it was like Owen Wilson and they move in with a buddy and it just kind of like wreaks havoc on the relationship of the people that are living there originally. There's something here about offsetting a balance and there being innocent intentions here, but somebody kind of overreacting. Somebody feeling like they were a little bit, I don't know, maybe jealous, or they felt like somebody outshone them. I think that would be the right way to say that. It's early. All right, what else do we have for Libra, please? We have a lot of Pentacles coming out here, so you may be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or have that in your chart. The Five of Rings is about being left out in the cold, or maybe not feeling like you're a part of the group like you used to be. And here we have it with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. That's the same energy we had in the first pairing. So there's an element of cutting someone off really quickly without necessarily justifying it, or was somebody not really seeing that result coming, right? So there was a pretty drastic change that felt cold or heartless, something that wasn't necessarily justifiable. All right, let's see what else we have for you guys. This is the Egyptian Tarot. We have the Nine of Chalices in the reverse. The Ankh may be an important symbol for you or your person. It feels like that is what I'm drawn to on this card. It's like one person was being selfish and one person was wanting to kind of grow up or be a better person. This could be one of those things where you've been in a relationship for a really long time and you've had a lot in common or you've made a lot of good memories, but at the end of the day, one person wants to better themselves and one person isn't necessarily on board with that. And with the Knave of Chalices and then the Knave of Pentacles in the reverse, this is like, this is somebody feeling like they have to put up with something that they don't really want to because it's been like there's history. There's been too much that you've done with this person. It's really hard to walk away from this situation, even though you know it's it's something that the past version of yourself wanted. It's something that the younger or more naive version of you thought was a really great situation. And now that you've grown up a little bit, it's really not feeling the same, right? Doesn't hit the same. Yeah, you may be dealing with a Taurus. Is it the Hierophant coming out? Now we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. We've already had the Five of Pentacles come out, but it was in the upright. So this feels like, if I'm honest, you guys, there's a couple of ways to read this. Good morning there, Johanna. But we've got, I think, somebody who feels closer to their spirituality, possibly someone who feels closer to God, whatever deity you believe in. And there's a desire to live more authentically. Without saying too much about my own life, I've had a couple of situations where I feel like I did almost a complete 180, not quite, maybe like a 120, where you really do realize there are maybe a couple of people, maybe a couple of habits, maybe the job isn't right, maybe where you live isn't right. And you're like, you know what? Fire hose. Done with that, moving forward. Somebody here feels like they know what's important to them more so than they had, before. Hello there. Good morning, Divinely Guided. I love that name. And you chose green hearts. Green's my favorite color. So there's an element of coming back into the fold, feeling more like yourself, not letting whoever you are be dictated by the people around you, but rather what's important to you, who you really want to be, and who you truly are. This is really healthy energy. Now, there's another way to look at this. With this Hierophant, we could also see a higher level of commitment. So for some of you, this is marriage, and this is underneath the star in the reverse. For some of you, this is like basically irreconcilable differences. Yes, we've been together a really long time. I have a lot of respect for you, or I have a lot of appreciation for what we've been through together, but that doesn't mean that I have to be okay with a third party, or that doesn't mean that I have to be okay with somebody that doesn't want to actually work on themselves and become a better partner for me. This is a decision around who to collaborate with, who to keep in your life, and who not to. We have the Knight of Chalices underneath the Five of Rings. There could be somebody who is I think this person that maybe you need to walk away from, or maybe you're already in the process of walking away from, is somebody that can really turn on the charm. This is someone that can be a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde in terms of if you're really arguing with them, they can be really biting or cutting with their words, really kind of twist things to suit whatever they want to say. And then on the flip side, when they're trying to make sure you don't leave, or when they're trying to make sure that you're seeing them in a certain light, maybe they're trying to impress somebody else to make sure that they approve of them, they're very likely to love bomb or, go on about something that doesn't really sit right with you. You're just like, okay, I get it. Like, are you done? That's sweet and all, but like, you've told me that this dress looks great like 8 times. Let's talk about something, like there's something about someone realizing that things aren't quite right. And then I think taking their departure with this Justice card underneath the Knight of Swords in the reverse, there may be a very quick departure or decision to move forward that the other person was really not expecting. Good morning, my Dr. Pepper buddy, Christina. All right, let's see. We'll get one more from the Egyptian Tarot. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, somebody decided the right thing to do would be to no longer invest in this situation, no longer take action, no longer believe that somebody's words are as valuable as changing their behavior, right? You have to back that up. You can't apologize and then continue to do the same thing and expect me to feel that you've learned any kind of lesson or that you're showing me respect after I've told you that you've hurt me. Somebody has decided the right thing for me to do, even though it feels kind of crazy to me, is to cut it loose and move forward, Ooh, I'm not ready for these guys yet. Let's go with a little bit of Fairy Lenormand for you guys. That's for Libra. So we have the girl and the mice. This feels like, if I'm honest, this feels like a loss of innocence or a loss of tenderness. This could be, that moment where you realize, I may love you, but I'm not going to continue to be in love with you because whatever has happened has left me feeling like this fairy behind the mice, like really depressed, really kind of shocked that you could talk to me that way or treat me that way or not put effort into something that you know is important to the person that you care about. There is a loss here, and it's because somebody was cruel, somebody was reckless, somebody didn't care about the person they should have. And now there's, no going back to the foundation that had been strong. Now there's cracks and, weeds growing out of that foundation. We have the Tower and the Stork. This is interesting because I feel like this pairing is simultaneously negative and positive. It's coming across as more of like a tarot tower than a Lenormand, because the Lenormand tower can be more about like an organization or a company. And the tarot is more so making the tower a moment of drastic change, right? Where, just like I was saying, you change the job, the home, the partner, whether or not you have a partner, something along those lines. But I feel like this is saying, yes, it might feel absolutely crazy to you. You may have people that ask you to your face, what the fuck do you think you're doing? What made you do that? Why are you doing this? Because it seems so unlike you. But I also feel that this destruction or complete 180, this major change, is what then brings this good news. Because the stork, this is generally good news. It can literally mean somebody's having a baby. It could be good news around your children. Maybe you find a way to put them into a better school or a better daycare. Maybe you're able to move nearer to family so you have a better situation in terms of people that you know really care about your children, taking care of them. There's like light after a really difficult time here. You've been through situations because somebody didn't care the way they should have about your feelings and how they treated you, and you're choosing to move away from that demonstrates to the universe that you want something better, and then you get it. can't believe I got on here before 7 a.m. I've been waking up at like 5 and like 6 a.m., you guys. It's awful. All right, we have King of Wands in the reverse and the Six of Swords. You, whoever this reading is for, you are moving away into safer territory, away from a bully. This King of Wands in the reverse could actually have some fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But I think more so the sentiment here is this is somebody who is changeable. I'm looking at the salamander. They would change depending on who was in the room, depending on who would judge them, depending on what people already thought about them. And they were very controlling in terms of how people saw them, right? This would be the kind of person that would say something like, I can't believe you told your mom that happened. Well, if it happened to me, I can tell my mom anything I want. Thank you very much. This is somebody that is your classic bully. And then with the Six of Swords, this is underneath the Knave of Chalices or the Page of Cups. That feels to me like whoever is the more innocent, whoever is the more committed to their spiritual journey, or perhaps whoever is transporting children, because we do have a child here in the Six of Swords, that person is moving to smoother waters. That person is going to find more happiness in their life because they have decided to move away from an energy that was disrespectful or, downright controlling or manipulative. All right, let's see. What else do we have for Libra? Four of Pentacles. This is under the Knave of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody who didn't want to put in the work may be going through financial issues now. So we have somebody that was refusing to do right by their partner that may have been using them for their money as well. Maybe, trying to avoid a breakup because they knew that then they'd have to get like a real job or a different job or an actual job. There's somebody here who's having to penny pinch because they were unwilling to put in the work or unwilling to progress as a person. And then we have the High Priestess. Male or female, I feel like that's your energy. I feel like at some point you told them, if this doesn't change, if you can't work on yourself, I am going to work on myself by leaving. And this person may have laughed you in your face, may have made a joke, or just kind of smirked. They didn't believe you. But what do we have here now? We have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. Now, the Hierophant is essentially the High Priest. So in a lot of people's minds, these two are divine counterparts. We have somebody that is moving away from a bully that then realizes, oh shit, now people are going to see who I really am because I didn't put in the effort and I lost something I was trying to hold on to. And now I don't have the blessings that I had when I was with this other person. And then with the Star in the reverse, there's a lack of healing here. And this, for some of you, is divine intervention, divine protection, or even divine guidance towards somebody that will be really helpful in your life. This could be a new partner. This could be guiding you back to, let's say you have a really close relationship with your grandmother, maybe your sister, your brother. There's something here about getting closer to who you are, your roots. Maybe you move to a place that helps you heal. That's why I'm here, you guys. Like, this is so magical down here. I walked out briefly outside this morning at it's been like 5:45, and no, it must have been about 6, and I saw the fog over the lake. It's just like so magical. It's hard to be upset or mad about anything, and I have relatives all over, so it's like I moved back to my family lands, right? And I feel in some weird way whole, even though I've never lived here before. I feel like there's something here about you being able to return to something, even if you haven't ever lived there like me, right? Returning to something that is like essentially you. It is at its base foundation what you need to be able to heal and find yourself again. This could be, getting back to making music after you hadn't done that, or doing yoga after you hadn't done that. There's a return of you to yourself. So we have the Three of Rings, the Five of Pentacles, and the reverse. This is like somebody wanting to get back in to the social circle or the inner circle. But with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this is somebody that has already been proven to be disloyal or money hungry. So with the World card coming out next to it, this is like, I'm sorry, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You may think that you could potentially convince me that I should be in a relationship with you, but I think we already saw how that went, and that didn't really go so well. I told you what would happen. I gave you a heads up. I'm sorry. It didn't work out. And now I have a new beginning. There could, for some of you, be this Knight of Chalices, Knight of Cups. That can also be a bit of a heartthrob. So that could be kind of setting this person off. Like maybe they felt like they had a prize, but never really felt like they should let you know that because they were jealous or they knew there are other people that might want to be with you. And now that things are actually over, there may be some of those people kind of sniffing around the scene like, oh, Christina, are you single? Like trying to ask you out. And this person may catch wind of that and be a little bit upset. Thank you, Joanna. And there's a new beginning, a freshness here. Even if wherever you are, it's winter, it's like there's those little green buds on the tree, but of your life, right? This is really exciting. And I feel like it's all because you were willing to acknowledge if there's something that I've been investing in, if there's something I've been dedicating my time and putting my love into that isn't paying off, why should I continue to wait? That's not what's right for me. And for some of you, it's also a matter of if I'm making the wrong choice for myself, I'm also making the wrong choice for my kids, and I'm going to make the right choice for my kids. I definitely feel like a large majority of you have some sort of child consideration that really motivates you in terms of what you want to do for yourself and how you want to live your life, because you want to do, what's best for them as well as what's best for you. And that might mean there's a little bit of heartbreak, right? To be honest, what I feel here is there may actually be three. And what I mean by that is you may decide to, for example, move away like I did, right? Maybe this is ending a relationship and then also moving away from two other people that either wanted to be with you or were very close to you. Maybe a best friend or an ex you stayed close to, or a sister, somebody you went to college with. There's three people here that aren't necessarily stoked on what you're doing, what your actions look like to them, because it isn't about other people at this point. You're making the right decisions for you. You're not going to feel bad about doing that just because, it doesn't make Susie happy. I just love that name. I don't know if I use that like all the time, but hello there, Mr. Pirate. Hello, Tori's Tackle. Sorry, hard to talk. It's still only 7:06. Wait, what are we saying here, Pirate? You parachuted in. You're so great, Pirate. We have Temperance. Temperance is such a beautiful card to come out because this is, for one, this could mean specifically you're dealing with a Sagittarius. For two, this could also be, just look at all of that beautiful rainbow shit that she's pouring in between her cups. There's peacefulness, and I really do feel like some of you are spending more time in nature or going somewhere that helps you feel grounded, right? Maybe you weren't able to do justice to your workouts, and that's how you maintain sanity. And now you're able to do that. Maybe you missed writing, and now you're able to get back to that novel you started a couple years ago that was really hard for you. because it seems like you had to pay for someone else's way. Ooh, Lordy. You guys, this is major. This is the Tree of Life. This is not in every tarot deck. I think it's in a couple. This isn't the only one that has it, but this means your shit is really important. Like whatever you're choosing right now, whatever decisions you're making, moves you're making, with the Six of Swords, take this as confirmation that even if it's a little scary, you're doing the right thing. This is what you need in order to be able to make the life that you know you and perhaps your children or your future children deserve, right? Oh, also, if you guys have ever wondered why it says BJ on the High Priestess, we have an explanation here for you. Boaz, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's Yashin, but I don't know. I speak Spanish, so that's the only thing that's guiding me. This means you have been basically leveling up. You have sought the answers, the truthful answers, not just the easy answers, right? You're not afraid to take a look in the mirror and say, oh gosh, I think I'm being a bit of a twat. Time to like address whatever issue there is here, right? You guys are so sweet. All right, let's see, what else do we have? Holy buckets, you guys. This is such a good reading. We have the Judgment and the Chariot. The Chariot is the fastest moving energy in the tarot. And Judgment is, do you see how those people are coming up out of their graves? That's like, all right, I'm done with the Matrix. I might not be able to taste the steak anymore, but I know I'm going to be living authentically. And that's what's really important to me. So cool, onward, engage. Somebody here had a realization and realized they had to let go or move on from something. They had to make the right decision. This is somebody realizing I have the power to make something right in my life that is off balance and taking, moves towards that. Tree of Life is saying, yes, you go girl, or you go boy, you do whatever. You are on the right path. You've heard the call and you need to keep on trucking, right? This is really positive, you guys. So I applaud you. What about this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse? See, this person that you've had to let go of, for many of you, this is a romantic relationship. This is someone you'd known for a really long time. This is somebody that you had, even if it was only 3 years, you spent a lot of time together, right? You knew each other really well, and it was hard for them to imagine that you could walk away. They thought they had power or control here. They didn't think that you would reclaim your power. But you moved past that. Holy shit, you sure did. So remember we had the Two of Rings in the reverse as the first card, and I said, I see a breakup here, even though that's normally more of a Two of Cups in the reverse kind of thing. Well, here we go. Now we have the 10 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles in the reverse, 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like, I'm leaving home. I'm hearing that Beatles song in my head right now. She's leaving home. And 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. There's imbalance here. I can't right this ship. So if I can't fix it, I need to leave. I need to do something different. I can't continue to invest. I thought I had gotten us to a certain, place where we had security or we had built the life that we wanted. But it is not what I thought it was. It is not what I wanted. And it's because you're not willing to put in the work. If you're not going to pull your own weight, then I'm not going to pull everyone's weight. I'm gonna like pull myself onto a plane and leave. I think we need the Kipper, don't you think? I know Pirate's down with the Kipper. You're first after 16 years? Oh my gosh, congrats. Yes, you're right, Joanna. Justice must prevail. And I love this justice card from the Egyptian tarot. It's not your general, like, same kind of image that you tend to have. That scarab beetle, if you're not familiar, that can signify something really dear to you, something that really motivates you to live a better life. So again, that could be a child, that could be your dreams, that could be a pet, whatever it is. There's family members that's motivating you to make the right decision here. Or this could also mean your ancestors are trying to guide you in a better way. So, for some of you, there may be a need for reassurance if you're concerned about whether or not your living situation will be okay, if you'll be able to, for example, pay your own rent for the first year. This is divine protection coming through here. I see you won't have to worry about like getting evicted or needing to move if you don't feel like that's the right option. We have message of concern in the reverse. So there are good tidings coming your way with the stork card, remember? So I'll tell you a little secret. Um, Several years ago, when I moved into an apartment while still owning a home, I was terrified. It's like, God, I know this is where I want to be, but I'm really nervous because, like, I think at that point, I had no reason to believe that I'd be able to sell my home like right away. And if you know what it's like to pay apartment and a home, both of them in the same month for a couple of months, it is scary. But I made it, and I literally asked my Green Witch Goddess cards if I needed to jump on this apartment, if it was the right move for me, and it was. So this is like that same kind of message for you. If you feel like you have to take a little bit of a leap of faith financially, but you can do it, believe in that, and remember to keep your thoughts positive. You manifest what you focus on. Okay, so you got to focus on the good stuff. We have official person in the reverse. I feel like this could pertain to the person you're leaving in the past. There could be a concern of yours regarding whether or not they will like sue you or whether or not they're going to try to do something to impact your credit. Call your boss. This person is not as official or as powerful as they think they are. They like to overestimate their abilities quite a lot. So that is not a barrier that you have to worry about. We have marriage in the reverse. A lot in the reverse over here, you guys. If some of you are worried about whether or not you'll get married again because you do genuinely want to get married again, this looks to me like um, you may have needed to change from the situation you were in, but you can still get that life that you were trying to build with this other person. You have a better person out there waiting for you, right? For others of you, you may have realized that you don't really want to be in that kind of relationship, and this feels like freedom to you. You may find you want to be in a polyamorous relationship or no relationship at all. Quite frankly, if you're ending one right now, you probably do need a little bit of me time, right? But there's something here about you being able to basically make the decisions for yourself instead of being influenced by others to do, what they want you to do. So this person that you're leaving behind is a bit salty, maybe a bit petty. You probably already know this. I may have told you guys, oh, I know I did. With this particular card, this magician, I really don't care for it. This isn't something where I look at it and easily see somebody that knows they are powerful and they can make the changes they need to. This is more of a forceful, manipulative magician, even when it's in the upright because of this handprint. And I feel like these two people are one and the same. This is somebody who likes to force others to view the situation their way instead of, I don't know, telling the truth. So this person This person is wishing ill upon you. This person that you are walking away from wants to see you suffer. They're not going to get their wish. They are not going to be able to ruin your day anymore. And that's why we have bad health in the reverse here. They may wish the worst things upon you. It doesn't matter. I have had people say some really, really wild things to me in terms of what they wish for me. And if that happens to you, I encourage you to try to stay calm and ask, what did you say? What are you wishing upon me? Ask them to repeat it. If you want to talk to them at all, it might be better just to not talk to them at all, because there is some great satisfaction to retaining that power and knowing I don't have to get drawn into those stupid little battles with you anymore. Call me dumb all you want, baby. I don't care. I know I'm brilliant. You can see me shining from a mile away, so walk on. But there's something here about someone thinking that they have the ability to make you fear things. And there have been times where I've been dealing with that kind of energy, and I look back at that person right in their face. Can you tell me what you're trying to achieve with that? Would it make you feel better if I was suffering? That is why I'm leaving. And that is why you can count on me never talking to you again. Because you have bad intent, and I don't fuck with bad intent. I deal in good intent and love and compassion. That is why you're being shown the exit. So when you wonder why, and when people ask you why, and you're tempted to lie about it, I know, you know, because I told you to your face. Don't ever do that to me again. You can be quite affirmative or assertive about it without it being dickish. But I think when people are willing to go to the lengths of wishing bad health on people or wishing, that you lose your job, anything like that, most of them don't realize that comes right back on you. And it feels like that's one of these examples right here is this magician is being reckless, and now whatever they wished upon you or whoever this high priestess is, that's coming back on them. They're in the, where is it? The Five of Pentacles. So it's got to be a little bit of a rough experience for them right now, but that's how life is sometimes. Deuces. Oh, life is a game. Yes, just watch Jumanji. All right, we'll get a couple more here for you. So you may have a partnership or a relationship that enters your life where initially you look at this person and you're like, well, that's not my type. And then you grow fonder and fonder of each other, and it seems more like a great idea. For others of you, this is more about a commentary on the relationship you've just left. The Two of Cups, Nine of Cups in the reverse could be you already know there was love here, but that there was somebody who was selfish. It could mean both of those things for you. Take it how it resonates. Tell me about this Hierophant, please. We have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, Two of Swords. This is, for most of you, this is a decision to end a relationship. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. No longer wifey. Wicked. Oh my gosh, that's too funny, Joanna. Well, I'm glad you were brought to my channel. You are delightful. All right, tell me more about the stork. All right, we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. This is finding help or finding hope. So after the crumbling, remember I said there would be good news? There's something coming in here that helps you to balance everything out. It could be more than love. It could be you find a good partner and you also find a new job, or you find your dream living situation, right? That apartment that I told you about, when I moved into it, I didn't have hardly any furniture, right? And I was just like moving in like my toiletries and I think like a beanbag or something. And I remember sitting on the floor looking out the window in my bedroom and just like crying, like tears of relief, like, holy shit, is this real kind of thing, right? And I feel like for some of you, you're going to have a few moments like that. Just breathe. It can be overwhelming, but I feel like it's a beautiful energy that you have coming towards you. So we have the Hermit in the reverse after the Justice in the reverse. So after going through a pretty difficult time that involved injustice and somebody not taking the opportunity to better themselves, there is hope coming through. What is the hope coming through? Interesting. Okay, so for some of you, these are both in the reverse, but I still have a good energy coming off of this. And I think it's because there may have been a false start. It's like, what's that movie with Reese Witherspoon? Something about Alabama. Sweet Home Alabama? I think that's what it is. There's something here about maybe somebody going back to their hometown that they'd already left, or going back to a place that they had moved away from in order to be in this relationship. There's something here where you didn't get enough of something with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. You didn't satiate whatever you wanted from that relationship, that job, that skill, that place, right? Like when I moved down to Tennessee, I knew I was going to be happy down here because every time I visited, like my grandfather used to live a couple of miles away, like it was always magical. I knew it was going to be magical when I came back because there was like almost like these false starts, right? Where I started to feel like this is my home and then I had to leave and go back to Minnesota. There's something about returning to something that you love and didn't get enough of. Yeah, exactly. This is you, Queen of Cups. You're going to feel loved wherever you go, and you're going to feel like you are where you belong. It's going to help you fill that cup and be able to be loving and compassionate towards others in a way that you haven't been currently because you've been dealing with a situation where you didn't necessarily trust your partner or feel like you would be defended if something went wrong, right? Let's turn you to. Tell me about this Justice card. We have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. We're getting slappy, you guys. I love these cards because they're so small, but they can be a little bit unpredictably wild. Yeah, see, there's justice coming after someone was acting indefensively towards you to try to prevent you from moving forward and keep you feeling upset or despondent is the word I heard. And with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, this was blocking your abundance. So letting go of this person or this relationship or this place is what brings you into, alignment so that you can start seeing that positive change and getting the abundance that you're due. All right, Libra, we're going to close it out here with the Zodiac fortune telling cards. We have hasty news right next to the stork. Guest coming, it means trouble, so be very selective if there's somebody that wants to come and visit you where you move. They may be a bit of a trickster. We have success in business enterprises through hard work. So I already feel like I'm talking to a hard worker. This is somebody who is probably carrying the finances for a home. You've just got to stay committed and make sure it's something you're passionate about. You're going to be successful. This visitor that might be trouble for you could be a female because we have beware of a jealous woman. For some of you, this could be somebody that is jealous that you are making moves that they wish they could make. They might be stuck in a relationship that doesn't make them happy, or a situation that doesn't make them happy, and they see you making moves and that makes them jealous. This could also be that third party situation that some of you may have been dealing with. So, all right, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you a little bit later today, okay? You too.